excited to do my very first book review, and it's even more special because I've discovered a side of myself that I didn't know existed before, and I had no idea that I liked poetry. I even went into this part of college curriculum about poetry going, yeah, whatever, I'm not going to really like this, but I'm going to try and open my mind to it. And funny enough, the very first book we read, or started to read, and we're still in the process of reading and talking about in class, is Don't Read Poetry, which is actually a funny, quirky little title saying, kind of making a case for poetry. And the way she presented the first chapter, I was like, oh wow, I have a very unintellectual, very closed mind when I'm coming to this genre and saying, no, I don't like it. So I paused for a moment. I was like, yeah, I'm going to think about that for a little bit. I'm going to open myself up to fully immersing myself in this, even if it doesn't really light me up. I'm just going to try it, and I'm really going to try it. I'm going to like jump in there, and I'm going to try it, and I'm going to leave myself very open to this whole idea that maybe I could possibly like poetry. Funny enough, without even trying, I love poetry, and I've been so excited because I feel like it's an area where people can like deeply express their emotions with like less judgment, I suppose is not the best word, but so I'm used to like studying emotions from a more detached like psychotherapy, psychology place where you're asking a lot more deeper questions about the emotions themselves, and you're sitting in this detached space and you're questioning your emotional state and why am I feeling this, why I'm thinking this, da 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 da, and on and on and on. Whereas poetry is kind of like jumping into those like murky, gray, nasty, turbulent waters and just hanging out there and like lamenting about it. And I feel so tugged into like authors and the way they present things, and I don't know. It's just that it feels like it increases my ability to express the depth and width of my emotions, and I'm at a loss for words right now because it just excites me so much. I'm like, wow, this is so cool. Anyways, the book that really is like getting me into it, the first poetry book we're reading in class, and I'm like, this is amazing. The Felon, and I'll show you on my Kindle so you know what the cover looks like. It's in my introduction part, but you can actually see it on here. This is not on my Kindle. Well, it's on the Kindle app, but this is actually my iPad. I'm stuffing my computer down. It's just really cool getting like that insight from the deeper, darker emotions of what a darker skinned man is experiencing in the world, having kids in the world, and all those struggles and stuff. And not only is it cool because he actually did some really amazing things with his life despite, having been in prison and going through the things he did some really amazing stuff. So that in itself is deeply inspiring, but like the way he expresses himself, I have a lot of, I'm basically having an existential angst crisis like every few hours in school because our entire semester is, the core is death, and it's about death. What do we think about death? How do we die? Like all the things we do to like kind of buffer ourselves against death, or all the weird things we've done historically around death, all the rituals of religion, da da da. What I love about this piece is the whole thing is just the poems are so just wow. I don't have words for it. I'm feeling his anger, his pain. I feel the hollowness at times, the feelings of meaninglessness, the fear, feeling the pain of a father, but also the rage of a father, the thought if his sons would end up like Tamar Rice, that poem. Oh, it's a lot. It's so profoundly beautiful. I highly recommend the book. I highly recommend just like opening your mind if you're like doing something like reading something like this and trying to see something from another person's perspective and their darker emotional struggle and journey. It's absolutely beautiful. what can I say? I highly recommend the book. And what I'm going to do here at the end is actually, I'll read one of the poems to you. I'll read my, let me see. My favorite one is Confession. It's kind of like towards the end of the book. Maybe around 79? No. The poet also has like really cool readings of him reading it online. So yeah, Confessions. And I'm going to read that, and then that'll be the end of the video. If I told her how often I thought of prison, she would walk out, of the door that led just as much to madness as any home we desired. She would walk out and never return. My employees would call me a liar and fire me. My dreams are not nightmares, but this history has turned my mind's landscape in a gadroon. I do not sing, have lied, for so many months now, the truth harbingers, lost. Sleeping beside her when a memory is holding me tight, as she did before the lies turned everything into a battle. I once gasped, lurched, and tried to strangle the pillow she placed beneath my head, imagining, explaining that to her while still shivering like a panicked and broken man. I stopped believing in God long before then, but that night, when outside there was no light but darkness, I swore something of what inevitable is touched me. My children slept with their light on. I walked to their still-lit room. My son was asleep, and his brother draped over his body as if he were the pillow. The way he loved his brother, was everything my time in the cell denied me. If I told my woman that, she would want to know if I thought I deserved all that lost. Her mother wonders why I wouldn't let it go and hold onto the happiness in this life we have. But how do I explain that outside, on nights like this, is where I first learned how violent I might be. Just how violent I might be. That I think of prison because in all these years I still can't pronounce the name of my victim. I really enjoyed that poem a lot. That was one of them. There was more, but I won't read all of them because I'll be here for a while and this will be a very long video. So, I don't know why the top of my head is like itchy. Sorry. I feel like a monkey when I do that. I'm like, here, like, scratch my own head. Okay. There's like this weird thing. No, okay, never mind. I'm not going to go on that tangent. But I just gotta say, I really love the book. I highly recommend it. If you haven't read something like this, I'll suggest broadening your horizons and just trying something. What have you got to lose? Probably absolutely nothing, except like an hour or two of your life or more, however long it takes you to read it. This book actually take a really long time, especially while the way we explore it in school, we'll talk about that one poem for like an hour, and it's amazing. I can't even. It's so cool. And there's dialogue around it, and like this really fun, like, I don't know, it's amazing. But yes, I highly recommend the book. Definitely check it out. Definitely let me know what you think in the comments and down below. I'm here. I would love to interact with anyone who's on my channel. I'm here just to share my journey. Hopefully you'll find some things that you like and you will help you along your own journey and try and create conversation and really healthy dialogue. And would love to have you join and hear from you and your experiences with this book. So thank you so much for watching my video. I would love if you would like and subscribe and help me motivate me to bring more content to this channel. Yeah. That's all. Have a good rest of your day.